All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Market with another exciting, delighting, and much interesting video here on the channel. This is coming from the executive governor of Abia State, Governor Otti, and this is more of like a follow-up video about his visit to Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto Correctional Center. And for everything he said, he's actually keeping to his word. I read an article here where he said he was going to follow up, speak with Mr. President and all of that. And today, just this evening, he paid a visit to Aso Rock to meet the president himself. You can see from this video, they even had a handshake together to prove that it is not AI or anything, it is actually real. And he really paid the president a visit there in Aso Rock. So let me just go straight to this article. This is a confirmed story, so it's not something you will say it is fake or anything. It's a correct story, and it's coming from Punch newspaper. Let me just read it immediately. He said, President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday received Abia State Governor Otti at the presidential villa, Abuja. Punch online reports that Otti arrived at the president's office complex dressed in a grey, knee-high length traditional attire. The visit follows Otti's recent trip to Sokoto Correctional Center, where he met with the convicted leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Remember, I told you it's a follow-up. He himself said he was going to follow up and ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is released, and that part 2 of the whole plan is activated. Now, let's continue. He said he was accompanied by Kanu's youngest brother, Emmanuel Kanu, Abia State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Ikechukwu Uwana San, and his special advisor on media and publicity, Fednad Eke Oma. Officials from the Sokoto State government facilitated access to the prison. Speaking with reporters after the Sokoto visit, the governor maintained that addressing matters surrounding Kanu's detention is a key priority for his administration. Otti, through his media aide, reiterated that Abia State is pursuing a coordinated and a lawful strategy to secure Kanu release. He went on to say, while Nnamdi Kanu is free to appeal his conviction, I'm happy to inform you that I have activated and I will continue to work on the already agreed strategy until his freedom is secured, Otti said. Remember, I made mention of this some days ago in that video, and in the first press video he gave. Remember the first press video where he talked about him activating his plans to get the release of Nnamdi Kanu secured. Now, he went on to say, it is understood that Tuesday meeting with Tinubu is believed to be part of the governor's ongoing political and legal push to achieve a resolution to the long-running matter. You can see the picture there. It is clearly obvious that he went there for this particular cause. And it is good to know that Otti is really concerned about this whole matter. Now, another article I would love to read is about the new Chief of Defense that was nominated, Christopher Musa. Almost everybody is talking about it in the media, how good the man is and why they are very happy that he is nominated again to become the Nigerian Chief of Defense. Now, I'm just going to read this article from the same Punch newspaper. He said, President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday nominated former Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, as the new Minister of Defense following the resignation of Alhaji Muhammad Baduru on Monday due to health reasons. Here are some things to know about him. Musa, born on December 25th, 1967, is 50 years 58 years old. He graduated from the Nigerian Defense Academy in 1991 with a Bachelor of Science degree after earlier attending the College of Advanced Studies Zaria in 1986 and completing his primary and secondary education in Sokoto before that year. He served as the 18th Chief of Defense Staff from June 2023 to October 2025, where he oversaw integrated operations across all branches of the armed forces. Before then, he was commander of the Nigerian Army Infantry Corps between 2022 and 2023, directing infantry training and development. From 2021 to 2022, Musa was the 10th commander of the Operation Harden Kai in Northern East, Nigerian leading counter-terrorism operation against Boko Haram. Prior to that, the commander sector of the multinational joint task force in the Lake Chad region from 2019 to 2021, coordinating joint military efforts with neighboring countries. During the same period, he also served as commander of the Sector 3 Operational Lafia Dole, overseeing sector level insurgency operations. Sorry guys. In 2019, Musa served as Deputy Chief of Staff Training / Operation at the Headquarter Infantry Center and Corps. Before 2019, he had several strategy positions, including infantry representative on the training team at the Army Armor Corps Headquarter, Assistant Director of Operational Requirements at Army Headquarter, Commanding Officer of the 73 Battalion, and General Staff Officer 1, Training and Operation at 81 Division. Commissioned as a second lieutenant in 1991, Musa began his military career in infantry roles that formed the foundation of later leadership appointment. He is also a recipient of several honors, including the Colin Powell Award for Soldiering 2012 in recognition of outstanding military leadership. Musa's nomination comes as a federal Sikh continuity in defense leadership following Baduru exit. Anyway, this is a real good one, especially that of Nnamdi Kanu case. The follow-up for this is a follow-up for everyone. Trust me, we all are really anticipating and hoping that Nnamdi Kanu, Governor Alex Otti, effort to grant him his freedom really comes to pass. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section, guys.